People's shopping habits have changed greatly over the last 30 years. High street shops used to be the first place to go to get new clothes, groceries or other essentials. But not anymore. Consumers are becoming more cautious every day, and shopping itself increasingly shifts to a click-and-pay procedure rather than a human interaction. But there are exceptions.
I think that Buckingham is actually quite a safe little place. I think the people who have run Buckingham, they sort of like to keep it as small and with shops, local shops, and shops that you can't get online. You know, there's people selling vintage all the time online, but there's so many different types of vintage you can get. You could miss out if you actually didn't go to the shop. So I think online, it's also good, you know, if you're looking for something in particular, but if you want to find something a bit different, I think going in the shops is so much better. And if you've got a niche where you can't find it online, then it's perfect.
Even big supermarket chains like Tesco and Waitrose are now offering digital shopping baskets to their customers. Alongside the digital challenge, shop owners struggle to compete with out-of-town shopping centres, as well as the consequences of the recession.
The rates for AVDC, that's Aylesbury Vale District Council, we have been set on 2008, 2007, when the rateable value for the properties was much higher. Now we are not able to consider the recession which has been on, you know, in UK for about the last 5-6 years. So it is something which is a major issue for small shops. Secondly, the 5 major brands of supermarkets, they are going really strongly into all the markets now, and they are doing everything. So the major so the high streets, what we used to see, like the clothes, we used to see the music shops, we used to see things like that, unless they are specialized, it's all driven by the large supermarkets which are outside the town.
This year has not yet ended and is already counting more than 45 failing companies, with more than 2,400 affected shops and 23,000 affected employees, as the Centre for Retail Research has found. Among the list of failing companies are retail chains such as Yesop's, Blockbuster and HMV, which are sliding into administration and are facing nationwide closures. A research by the local data company and the Side Business School has found that town centres have lost 5% of their outlets in the last 2 years, and predicted that 5,000 more shops will have to close by 2018. While many town centres are now being taken over by pawnbrokers, betting and charity shops, Buckingham still seems to appreciate the personal service and tradition of small shops and markets, and is welcoming towards new businesses that provide alternatives.
Before I even knew that I was going to have a shop, I looked at Buckingham and I just absolutely loved it. There's something lovely and just genuinely fresh about it, even though it's such a small town. And I also knew that there's quite a lot of students there who are craving this kind of market anyway. Before this, prior to having this shop, I was actually working for another vintage company, and it's just something that I've always loved doing, and I just really wanted to have my own shop really, and this just happened, you know, it all went so quickly, and it just happened to be here, of all places.
Whether they sell groceries or some sort of specialty, every high street shop is struggling with one thing or another. In this little town, however, it appears that passion and determination keeps them going.
This is what I always wanted to do, although I have worked in this country for a long time as well. So this was my goal kind of thing in life, to kind of set up a shop in UK. And I like interacting with people. I like hearing stories from different cultures, different backgrounds, and you know, that keeps me motivated.
I think it's actually the mentality of Buckingham. I think there's many places that are like Buckingham as well. I think this place, it's been kept like that. We haven't got a massive Primark, for example. There's no massive shops that are just completely killing the high streets, and it's keeping it local and it's keeping it fresh and it's keeping little businesses alive, and that's down to Buckingham itself and the council keeping it that way. And I think if little towns kept like that, then there's hope for all.
Retail analyst Clive Black says all that's individual and distinctive will bring footfall back into town centres. Looking around, it might just be Buckingham's exceptional personality that makes the high street struggle seem rather effortless here. This is Theresa Spitzberger reporting for Buckingham News.